Welcome to Quick Tip with Joy. Today I wanted to talk about magnets. Yep, that's right, magnets. Boy, have we been through this. Okay, so I like to buy them from China because they're cheap, inexpensive. I paid a lot of money for these Mighty Magnets is what they're called. And I think I got several packages of them. This is the way they come. And you get like 6 in the package. They're too thick for us. They're probably, I'd say 4, 5, I don't know. But I paid money for these and not worth it. Not what I wanted. So when you're buying online, here's what I suggest. If you think about your project first and how thick of paper you're going to be using, if you're going to be using heavy cardstock, then you're going to need a little bit of more oomph. So you might want to get a little bigger around. I like... Let me get these out of here. One moment. Do not use this tape, this magnet tape. It won't work. It's not really sturdy enough for junk journaling, what we need. And you may wish to do a washer, use a washer. Just think about, the thickness of it as well. If it were me, these are my favorite. And these are, I'm going to do 2 here. If I can get them apart. Okay. So these are 8 millimeter around, and they're 1 millimeter thick. I don't know if you can see how thick they are, but 1 millimeter. So that is what I would suggest, unless you get a 10 millimeter round. And you can see that they're pretty well stick. They stick all right. Anyway, so I like to keep them all in a little magnetic container. I don't know why, because, it's fun. But let's talk about how you get how you actually put them in your journal. So remember, if I can get these apart, remember that, okay, so when you're sticking them, there's a positive side and a negative side, of course. We learned this in, grade school. So you want to make sure that when you're laying your project down that you remember which side is which. That's going to be the top, and this one's going to be the bottom. And then you're going to put your piece of paper there, and let's say we're going to do this. So I like to figure out where you're going to place it first. Make sure that, if you're trying to cover the bump, it might be better to get a piece of cardstock and, cut your little circle out and then put it around it so it raises it up so it's not leaving the ba-doomp, ba-doomp, as you go over it. Don't you like my ba-doomp, ba-doomp? But if not, if you're not like pressing down on it with glue like really cray-cray, then there shouldn't be any issue. If you're going to go like this, you can see that that's going to leave a big bump. I don't know. Can you see? That's left a ridge. But if you take and you have room to place, well, even if you don't have room to place around it, I kind of don't want to waste my stuff here. But if you put 2, this is a double, and you just glue down 2 sides, and let's do 2 sides on this side just for fun. Whoops. Sorry about that. I'm working on Christmas. Can you tell? And then you have allowed it to be at least the same, and if you cut around it to make it so it fits it, let's move it down, shall we? Then we will see that you'll have less grief with that by doing that. And it fits over it better. And you're not covering your magnet, making this your final product less than, and it's not taking up the room that you need desperately to put it and attach it. So just fit it if you don't want it to go bump, bump. But then when you're gluing it down, then I would glue, I usually, masking tape, you can use it, but remember, everything you add adds another layer. So if you're adding thickness to the paper, then you may want to, what I did the other day with fabric was, let me get a piece of fabric. So I had the magnet actually in the fabric, and I folded it down, and I took it to the sewing machine, and then if I could get it to stay in here. It can't get out this way, so I sewed carefully around here and around here and around there. And then that way it was stuck in there for good. And then, it was a longer piece, of course. But that is the way that I would suggest that you do it. But just make sure you leave room and don't stack, 15, if you're going to stack 5 pieces of paper on it, try it with your magnet that you have purchased before you go doing your project. If you're adding glue, it's taken away. If you're adding masking tape over it, it's taking it away. So just things to think about. I hope it helps you. And if you like what I have said, please give me a thumbs up. And I would love to see you back. So subscribe if you haven't. And I would choose all notifications, and then you will see everything that I post. As for today, thank you for being here. And remember, your day is full of choices. So choose joy. Have a great day, y'all.